Hello, this is my hometown of San Lorenzo, Leandro, and this is obviously, your boy Boo Trick Slayer transform, in fashion. Now, this is where we got the grave for the Demon Slayer movie, okay? Literally, old dirty bastard that G Lily Day is. This is where we got it from, all right? Now, this is where we have the verse for, Joey versus Murtsumasu, that is technically hit. This is when I walked around real build like Snoop Dogg, okay? And also, this is when we had, the plan. When I recognized that, the era was, homeless, and that they're trying to bring me down. And this is why I stopped holding on to symbolism after Livingstone became season 4 star, okay? Now, where it comes down to it, right? When we get really into criteria, all right? Let me tell you something really real about this video, all right? You know how I used to get high off of making an animated music video for a rapper, an AMV for a rapper? Guess what happened, all right? Literally, he's like, you're so cocky off your AMV, well, Eric, you nothing about work to school. That's how this place works, all right? All the fucking time, 12 for fucking 7, all right? Literally, I was ignoring shit, literally at Chic. Literally, you know how I had the Universal Pool logo, literally with the girl, on top of the eye from Kogi Yas. Literally, instead of the back, that was Ed Daddy smoking weed. Literally, he's like, you should have never got the back. You should only go to the front. Literally, all that shit. This is when I dealt, with black men, literally, that had cars with lawyers and, what ended up happening was the baby mama was trifling, literally, and I could fuck them, and I avoided all that shit. I avoided court dates, I avoided every single fucking thing, And this is where we had the lecture from Cool Woosh, and this is where Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 first came out. Now in Japan, where I first landed to the crib, literally is when it ended in Japan, but was on TV in America on Nickelodeon, okay? This is where I grew up. This is where I came to that conclusion. All the shit that I was complaining about before at the old house, literally, was below, 1, literally 0, and this is why I became 1. Literally, my first year at the group home is why I labeled myself 1, okay? You see all this shit? Literally, a funny story about this shit. You can see literally how this is way more ghetto than Fremont. Literally, how you're being scared right now. Literally, I got so fucking cocky in the hood. This and that. I took a trip to San Francisco. Literally, there was a crackhead dancing like a zombie on the street. Literally, every single corner. Literally, there was a gangster. There was a real gangster. Literally, selling meth like Master P. Literally, there was no fucking peace involved. Literally, I got so fucking cocky. Literally, in Fremont. Literally, I came home and then Sugar Bar was in my head like, I thought you were so proud of yourself, Booty Hotel. I'm telling you, this was it. All right. This was it, 10-fold, all right? All right? This is where it all began. This is a big-ass fucking Walmart, all right? Literally, look over here. This is the Taco Bell. This is why I used to get the free food from survey samples. Literally, this is when I used to hack the surveys, literally. And, when I really was a fucking bum, okay? Literally, this is when Leslie, Group Home Mama Leslie says, you want your own shit, get your own job, get your own shit, all right? This is true. This is kind of lessons, literally. And when Joey stole my bars, it was right in the library. If you go up, literally, it's free right past the bus. Literally, all the way down. Literally, this is going to be long. This is going to be very long because I'm going to show you the whole fucking group home, okay? Literally, there's a library down the street. And a black lady literally told you in your head, literally, don't read a book. Reading is different, okay? Reading is to be destroyed by 1/5, but not in the beginning, all right? It's exactly what I did when I picked up a book. When a membership card didn't matter, is when the air roll started manipulating your flows, because I had a full Chris Brown air roll flow, if you didn't understand, all right? When I got here, what it was a full Chris Brown to Chicago if it stopped, all right? Literally, so what that does is I made a mob strategy here. This is when Jessica happened. This is when all the Disney shit happened. Literally, this is when I made A&Bs for Yu-Gi-Oh! Motu from Up to Pharaoh. All right, this is when all that shit happened. And this is a big-ass fucking Walmart. This is where Cassandra runs, literally. What she did was see right, literally, where yogurt pants down the street for fucking 7 minutes. Literally, where her flat as fuck. Literally, I was like, whoa. Literally, I was getting high and shit. Literally, so what happened over here was literally, I would make A&Bs for local rappers. Literally, I would do the same thing. And then Leslie's like, what the fuck, pick your ass up? Yeah, I did get a job the next year after she criticized me. But let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you, literally what would happen is I would have dance battles in my fucking head. And they would always fucking be like, literally, they would always put emphasis on delicacy. Oh, your flow makes Saba want to dance, this, and that. Literally, but as soon as I heard Saba's voice, especially when I got high, it was Tyler, the Creator, okay? And it's crazy. Literally, this is what I did all day 24/7. And Yu-Gi-Oh! 5 was the epitome of Kulalusha's statement. I saw a chip in my head. So what happened was, this is why I started watching Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Alexis became, a thing down the street. I even felt through God that me and Cassandra were both Alexis Rhodes and Def the Kid. All right, literally, it's crazy. So I was still on DeviantArt, right? Literally, and so the couple that can still be on DeviantArt is CC and Def the Kid. I still had that, and there was still a connection that wasn't, kind of less than a imaginary friend, that they can still be a couple because they're both still in school, all right? All right, this is crazy. This is why you can't play me. And by the way, Chabot is literally right down the street from here. Literally, the 97 takes you to Chabot. Literally, so this is where everything happened. Literally, this is the Walmart. Literally, where Andre's dad said, "I sorry that your idiot friend literally made you take the wrong BART train." Literally, there's so much fucking shit happened on Llewellyn Boulevard. I grew up on Llewellyn, okay? All right? Okay? I am telling you. So, what happened externally was I held on to my Baba strategy. I cut the whole Chris Brown in half and negotiated. I used a block, okay? I used a block in order, in order to drown people out. Because what people would do is they do the whole Chris Brown, but I knew they were getting manipulated by women and getting manipulated by mob bosses, all right? So I would negotiate. So what I would do with the A and B was I would cut, bits and pieces and have some signs of agility, not the whole thing, all right? And so what I would do is, if there was a blank space here, I would cut a blank space, there, all the time, 24/7. And I would even do it with the next song that came out by SOB R&B. The main artists that supported me here were SOB, I Am Sue, Nefta Pharaoh, and Denforth, okay? All right? This is crazy, all right? Literally, so everywhere takes you everywhere. That's why I'm not being fooled, right? Now, literally, I get here, I'm watching things like Team 4-Star. Literally, when I'm keeping my options open, literally, it's showing you something. It's showing you, literally, why public school is critical. That's why people didn't like my career. Because, literally, this gave you time. Literally, when people literally tell you to speed up, literally, and tell you, literally, to be focused on your assignment right there and there, this lets you dilly download, but it also gave you 1 year relief. Literally, outside, me doing crazy shit, with the people in my head, which Auntie Lisa awarded, by the way. What happened was I looked up something and said the human mind takes 1 year to recover. After that 1 year, I got a job. It's true, all right? And guess what? When I went to a job, I was still here. While with the family, I was still here. Literally, I hopped on the BART. Literally, I was living in the exact same location. But this is where the whole fucking bump-out strategy happened, all right? All right? This is Starbucks and shit. Literally, this is when I was begging for Wi-Fi, begging for internet. Literally, oh, this internet at Taco Bell, this Wi-Fi at Starbucks. It's really true, all right? And I actually got to meet Jeffrey. I actually got to meet, the real FTN members in real life. Literally, literally, and so, hold up, before I get to a critical part of this video, all right? This is Starbucks. The Starbucks coffee that was right next to my house, all right? Literally, now, what this was this was back when I was working for Johnson Crumble Pizza. Literally, I used to download, whole episodes here at the Starbucks. Literally, what ends up happening, right, is that literally, I was downloading whole episodes of my here at the Starbucks. Literally, what happens, intuitively, all right, is that literally I end up putting Reese's. Literally, there was a dollar store right down the street. Literally, so what ends up happening is I put Reese's literally in my fucking coffee. I do this and that. I buy all their fucking milk. Literally, I'll buy one thing. Literally, I say that fucking the breakfast bagels are too fucking expensive, but this is my hobby, all right? And it was true. Now, I've got to make this thing reward crew, so it said that the people who were in my head all had the same color scheme, which was, the Loose V Britannia, Yugi Moto, Karen Uzumaki going out with Kabuto, which should have happened in the fucking show, all right? Literally, both American ninjas out my fucking mind, all right? Oh, by the way, goodbye, Koliokos are the best dancers. It's true. It's absolutely fucking true. Literally, all this shit has happened. This Shikamaru was fucking there. I already told you, the real Shikamaru, literally, that Boruto's going on. This is the thing, literally, fucking, they met me halfway. I recognized who I was in the ARL, all right? Literally, I was Madara, doing one scene in the Shinobi Striker, but I wasn't everything where it came to a 4th grade ninja war. I'm talking about the whole series, literally. I was on one fight without knowing abilities, okay? And what that means was I was actually medium Naruto. I wasn't, high tier Naruto. So when I was Boruto, it was a case of this is the group home where I was Boruto. All right, you see, this is right by a gas station. Literally, I put myself in a real gas situation that doesn't escalate. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And my home crib is coming up, literally right next to the liquor store. See, hey, I have no problem, literally, getting your way around, And that fucking sucks. So what stopped me from being a standard? Well, I actually got studio information. Well, I actually the worker, the real voice of a GM. That's what ended up happening to my mom. Why is she telling me to go back to school? Why was I jumping around working at school? What really happened when I met a real fucking standard with real fucking girls? What ended up happening? Your fucking favorite voice actor, Goku, Sean Schimmel, had full-on autism, and you had Asperger's, and that's why our company didn't work. And now you have to go back to school for your mom, because you tried to go against working school with that fucking shit clicking your fucking brain. That stop using fucking Omar, stop using this, and that, recognize that I was influenced by, higher things just like drugs, literally recognize that there is a higher form of popularity with those skateboards, which is what Omar ended up with a skateboard anyway, literally, and start recognizing your own life. Alright? This was very fucking true, Lily. I was working with Dr. Farrell, Lily. I was getting strippers that they couldn't get. Lily, I was hung out in society, Lily. I was like Too Short and shit. I'm like, I'm gonna save her block for Too Short. I'm gonna run like Luffy, Lily, in case I see Too Short, alright? Lily, this is crazy, alright? Look, another fucking liquor store, alright? And this is all avoiding standard, alright? Yes, I was a pimp down the street. Yes, God Holyfield, thank you, yeah. Alright? We're getting to it in a very, very second, all right? Look, I had a whole fucking bunch of read right here. Literally, we just got out of group because there's group every morning, right? There was a whole fucking strand of read. Literally, it was the size of my fucking fist, all right? Literally, so what ended up happening was there was a big ass fucking weed thing there. Literally, and fucking Sugar Mountain said they blessed you, yo. So back when I was listening to music like Cool John and shit, I'm telling you. So everything fucking kept me content, and my crib is just coming up in a second, all right? Literally, I gave a homeless person, literally, not weed for some food one time, literally, and this was crazy. So I marathon the whole my hair right here, alright? Yep, this is my old crib in San Leandro. Literally, this is what paved the whole career. This is when you cut everything in half. This is when you held on to a delicacy. This is when you walked around real build like Snoop Dogg, okay? Now, I do apologize for starting for this video, but also Taz, aka Rodsley. I got so corrected by the regional when I use his name for incognito on my channel. Taz, literally. And look what he's doing the fucking day, Yeah, and anime happened here too. All this shit happened here, literally. So what you did here was you played out society no emphasis because you took a place in San Francisco to a place where it wasn't ghetto, and you had to pay for the aquarium, So it's like whatever, all right? Literally, they told you this shit. Literally, once you got your job, literally, you got your little boba drinks, literally, you got some extra rainbow fucking boba and put in there, and fucking now you got the shit. And the whole time I was also working with Raven as Raven Justice, Teen Titans, literally, I got real results because Raven even added me at one point, all right? He said this shit go hard, all right? So what happened was when I put Raven, as Raven Justice, literally, they saw the voice there, Teen Titans character that was a girl, literally, and started spazzing, all right? Literally, that was the thing. Literally, I had running gags to keep me content for little kid populace, literally, and I avoided law and order in order to get my way, all right? Now, you saw what happened with being too comfortable got you, all right? Yeah, that's right, Lily. You're so fucking good collecting your fucking collections. Now, whenever you want to fucking day about the area, you're like, who the fuck went around? Katara, Bender, Lily. Now, we're over this gangster in the video. I wasn't the one who was a pawn, but I still, went around and ignored the whole Chris Brown. So, just think about it. So this was my hometown. This is the house I was living at. This is 268 Llewellyn Boulevard, the place where I became, Yu-Gi-Oh! On Sizzler. Literally, talked to all my fucking characters. Literally, got that movie with fucking Okatami. This is where the journey began, alright? Literally. This thought, don't do anything, where a caseworker, this is when all this happened, all right? 268 Llewellyn Boulevard, and where Mariah, stalked me. Literally, I was in the downstairs, not upstairs. Literally, I used to call it, Harry Potter, the entrance of Hogwarts. And what Chris would do is that Chris, would drive me every single time, literally, where it would be a work vehicle, where it would be this is that. I used to hang out right here, and there was no smoking in the house, but the grandmaster, the group home, Leslie, she could smoke medically. She was smoking the house. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Literally, and she had, a lost lung, literally, and so a lot of shit happened here, right? Literally, a lot of opportunities happened. Literally, she didn't have all her fingers. I recognized that was partially because of her uncle, but she still got to live. All right, she still got some sugar. All right, so this is where I grew up around. All right, it's true. Literally, all this shit fucking happened, literally. And what did this group home teach you? It is what it is, so don't exaggerate. Literally, so what you did was you made ugly uploads. You didn't make the pre-A and Bs anymore. You did the Sword Art Online Drake controller. And what I'll do over here, right, is I'll make a custom design online. Literally, when I'm content, when I'm in my own little world, when nobody pressure me, I'll make anime designs, with red lips, that look like marijuana lips, an anime character, that was a girl with big tits, all that shit happened, all right? Now, it ends up happening, all right, is you make all these fucking, designs and shit, and what you do is you go to Big Al's, literally, Three Kings, they make a custom design. So what I did was I took, I still had, convalescent shoes. I had, polos. I had, Tommy Hilfiger, all right? I had all that shit. And what happened was I would walk down the street. Literally, I would talk to my imaginary friend. Literally, I would have purple jeans. I would look like a pimp. Literally, and I would attract hella women. And what did I pull? Let it come to you. Literally, and all this shit, literally, all those custom anime designs all happened in the build where I look just like Snoop Dogg. And that's the whole story of the group. So I hope you enjoy. This is Llewellyn Boulevard, on Hesperian, on the block. So, you already know what gang I chose. So, this is Eris, and goodbye.